It's a little rough.
Here we are. Hey guys, welcome to Friday Night Fresh Stretch, brought to you by Hobbytown USA out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Guys, if you need anything from Hobbytown, they've got it. Radios, batteries. If you're into gaming, they're into the Traxxas Modified, late models, and Losi's if they get them in stock. But sitting next to me is the legend, Mike Soltau. Welcome to the show. Matter of fact, this is my first kind of a live together instead of having Chuck on the other side. Usually he's on video at his house and he's on vacation in the Black Hills. So guys, welcome. Comment on the chat. We'll get you guys on. Tonight, we got a lot of news to fill in. We'll talk, Mike, and it's about the 10 scale program that we have out here. Now, no, we still have our large scale program, but tonight's about our new 10 scale program that we've started here this summer, and Mike will be giving his thoughts and input, and we'll have a little history on Mike, see where he's coming from. And guys, if you got any questions for Mr. Soltau or myself, feel free. I'm hoping that you guys can hear us. Because normally I have it mic up close to me with the headset, and so we've got to kind of separate it up. So if you guys can't hear us, let me know, and I will boost up the sound as much as possible. But Mike, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
What's going on in the world of RC racing right now with you?
Well, since you canceled and Hackberry's canceled,
That's the news.
we are going to go to Omaha and race at Hobbytown on the Carpet on Road tomorrow.
Yep. And I was going to go to Hackberry, and I guess I get a night off.
Yep.
So, Mike, you've been around racing. Let's get to know Mike Soltau as a racer and a person. You've been around racing how many years, RC racing?
Probably the last 25 years pretty intensely. A few years in the mid-90s, and I wasn't very good. And then I met Mike Garrett and Mark Zitzelsberger and DJ and his team at Hobbytown and some other people, and they've all really helped me bring my racing to where it's at now. I'm not the fastest guy on the track, but I'm definitely the guy that loves to come and race and see everybody at the track. It's family.
What year did you start?
Approximately the early 90s at first.
How'd you get involved? Where was your first time you?
There was Hobbytown had a track behind Rockbrook Village off of 108th and Center, I think it was. And I didn't do very well. It was an off-road track. I actually bought the car from the Hobbytown in the old mill. It was an RC10, and Joe Proctor. I don't know how many people remember Joe Proctor, but he was working at the Rockbrook store, and then I can't remember Steve's last name, but he worked at the old mill Hobbytown. And did a little off-road racing with an old RC10 and a Novak speed control, and I don't remember what the brush motor was, and I started with a Futaba 4 PM or something like that back then, an old AM radio, and
Oh boy.
and got to know those guys a little bit, and then I learned about the Salvation Army and racing on the carpet there. Same guys, Mike Garrett.
This was all Hobbytown based?
I bought my parts at Hobbytown. The Salvation Army, I think they ran the track there. I don't know exactly who was involved, but Phil Beardshear and Court Jacobs and his family were big at racing there. Court sold parts, and I've always been a buy local guy, so whoever had it,
Really?
I bought there, and they all gave me their help, and it's been a roller coaster ever since.
What have you not raced in RC cars? Is there a class out there that you haven't raced? I mean, I know you did some on road, but you don't race every class on road. But what have you not raced?
I've raced nitro off-road. I've raced electric off-road. I've raced nitro cars on the asphalt, like the track down in Lincoln. We've traveled Minneapolis, Kansas City, St. Louis, a few other places. So nitro on road, electric on road, electric carpet on road, dirt oval, nitro dirt oval, little bit of everything. Everything from buggies to short course.
You've raced quarter scales
and quarter scales and fifth scales here.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever raced a boat or fly an airplane?
No, though I would love to try a boat. In fact, Wednesday night I was checking out some of the gas-powered Sonoma gas-powered F1 boats. There was some videos on YouTube. They were really cool.
Well, they're kind of big around the Grand Island, all those sand pits, aren't they?
I have no idea. I can't swim, so a boat's probably not.
Well, and I can't fly because I tried flying at the Sky Nights down here by Waverly and found out that I crash more than I can.
Yeah, airplanes would be expensive for me also.
So I tried flying for a while and it just didn't work out. So have you ever flown a drone?
Not a drone, but I have had like the dual rotor helicopters.
Oh, yeah, flown those?
Yeah.
God, those got to be hard.
No, just small ones in the house.
Oh,
or not in the fixed wing stuff, stuff that's pretty easy.
Right.
Anything I ever took outside, the wind got a hold of it. I was on a ladder getting it off the roofs.
Oh boy, yeah. Let's look at comments. We got Brian Mullins says, "Let's go Salty." Salty is your nickname, ain't it?
Yep, everybody calls me Salty.
So, any other nicknames that you don't want to?
Not that I know of. At least not publicly.
Right. Well, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about our new 10 scale program out here. And Mike has graciously came here tonight. He's kind of a volunteer tech guy and guru on our parts, where to get the parts, what's legal, what's not legal. So if you guys got any question, and we're talking about the Traxxas Modified, the Traxxas Latemodel, the Losi Sprint cars. And of course, the Mud Boss is pretty generic. It's running under the Salvas Mud Boss.
And they've even changed a few things there. I saw on the page where some things have changed since the last time I looked at it. They've opened the gear rules up to the tracks where it used to be whatever came on the car, 2386 or whatever. They've also opened up, the new BL2S and the 12-turn run together.
Sure.
So.
Well, let's start out with, since we got you here, Mike, we're going to start out with this brand of car. That's your Losi.
So Losi Sprint car. It's called Losi 22S Sprint car. It has a 3,300 kV motor with a 40 amp brushless, sensorless speed control in it. I don't know what the servo is. I think it's metal gear and it's aluminum metal case. It comes with a nice little, what do you call it? The radios.
Spectrum.
It's Spectrum radio,
right.
And they're what do they call it? I'm totally lost. I'm getting old. You bind it. So anyway, they're partially based off of the Losi 22 line of off-road buggies. A couple of the parts actually come from the Losi drag car. They're still all readily available. It's got aluminum body shocks. It's got a gear diff.
What I like about it is you can actually pull the cage and stuff and get it to everything.
It's very easy to work on. Quick release cage, lift it up. You don't have to take the 4 screws out like the purpose-built cars. It's a really nice class for beginners because basically, and the reason I like it the most, take the cage off, take your battery out, charge it, clean the tires, and wait for a battery to charge or put the next charged battery you have in it, snap it back together, and you're ready to go to the race. You're not worried about tuning yourself out. You have to run it with the stock springs and the stock tires, and we're using the stock radio.
Sure.
It has a dual rate dial on it for tuning your steering, and it has a left-right trim adjustment on it. And it's on the back side, it's got a throttle adjuster where you can go 100% throttle or tone it down to 75 or 50. If you're learning, you can go a little slower. You know, you're not as likely to get in trouble real quick that way.
The motor is a 12T brushless.
No, the motor is a 3300 kV brushed.
33
brushless.
33 kV. Now explain to people, including myself, but explain to people the difference between a 12, let's say a 12T versus brush, or brushless versus the 33 kV. Is a 33 kV a lot more powerful?
I'm gonna say not a lot more powerful. In the Traxxas, the new BL2S is 33 or 3500 kV, and the 12-turn brushed, they're very similar in speed for the gear. So I think it just kind of depends on the speed control and how you tune it, and whether you're running it on 2-cell or 3-cell. Because this car is only available to run on 2-cell, and the speed control is 40 amps. So it's built to be reliable and not get yourself in trouble.
Sure. Okay, so is there any, and I'll be asked the same question with the Traxxas, with the Losis, is there any national rules like the Selvas, or is it just kind of generated track to track since this is a new class?
There are no national rules like the Selvas Mud Boss is set up, and those are great. He's done his homework, and those work fantastic in most places in the country. They're, as far as rules go, they're based track to track. Is from what I can tell from the Facebook groups I've been on, most tracks are running them stock tire. They're specking a battery, and the gear, they're specking a gear that'll work on their racetrack stock springs. They come with soft tires. There is a hard set available, and
Can you run them legally?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Well, here, yes, you could, as long as they're the Losi tire. Yes.
Okay.
Some tracks are allowing buggy tires on them, I'm guessing because of how abrasive they are, or making the car work better. There are also optional spring sets available from your local hobby store or Horizon, or your favorite online hobby store.
So basically you're saying that this class, if you want to get involved, people, if you're out there, is box stock. It comes with the stock radio, with the ESC and the motor and all 9 yards. What is the changes that you can do? Now I'm talking about Outlaw Raceway Park, what Grand Island does, what Hackberry does. What is legal if a new guy shows up? What can he do to not maybe improve it or make it more durable?
So here we're using, so the red Losi Sprint car comes with a battery and it's 4,000 milliamp, I believe. I don't know what the discharge on its the C rating is, and it comes with a USB plug to charge it. It takes probably 5 hours to charge that battery.
So you want to update your battery?
So we are using a 5200 50C hard case battery with any plug on it. You can change the plug on the ESC to whatever battery you buy. The reason we're doing that is most of the guys that are racing here already have that battery for their Traxxas stuff. That's the battery we run in the Mud Boss, the modified, and the late model is 5200 50C. You're allowed to put a fan on the motor, and I'm not going to lie, it fits kind of tight. You might have a little trouble pushing your roll cage down over it. The only reason we did that is I noticed that on a long run, like the A feature here, or even the A feature, some of the other tracks, the bottom of the chassis was pretty warm from the speed control and the motor. I think it's a common sense thing where we save the motor and racers save money by not having to buy another motor down the track. We mount the transponder on the right side of the servo with some double-sided tape. And
sorry guys,
other than the battery and the fan, it's all up to the track. We're using box stock rules, so the 2084 gear, 22 pinion 84 spur gear.
Okay.
And we've raced them at Grand Island, and we've raced them at Hackberry, and we used the same rules
Both tracks.
at all 3 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
At Grand Island, the first night we ran these a month ago or so, we had 4 cars. All 4 cars were half a tenth apart in the A feature for fast lap. It was just a matter of consistency and staying out of trouble as to who won the race.
Sure.
And Mike Garrett stayed out of the trouble and drove away, made us look kind of silly. But
Well, you can change shock oil too.
you can change shock
And
oil.
you can change your wedges and move your
Yes,
shocks
you
up
can,
and down.
you can adjust your shocks. I'm sorry. Yeah. You cannot change the spring. You have to run the spring that comes on the car.
Springs,
Yeah, if you want to change your shock oil, you want to put limiters in the shocks, that's fine. Just don't change the springs.
Okay.
You can adjust your ride height, whatever, to make your car work.
Now, do they have different body kits, like different hood designs, or is it just basically what you see here now?
It's basically what you see there now. There's different colors. So the bodies on the green and blue car are black, or the bodies on the red and green car are black. The body on the blue car is gray. If you peel the decals
See
off.
the wraps off, yeah.
This wrap was done by Will Gatsky
Mhm.
at Money Lap Racing, and it doesn't cover everything, but I think the car looks great, and I think he did a great job.
Yeah, it looks good.
Carpies also makes wraps for these cars, and they're all in the $60 range plus shipping.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you tell them you don't like it, and they'll change it for you and make it right. They also do wraps for every RC car you could think of. On-road, off-road, sprint car, late model, modified, Traxxas, whatever brand, it doesn't matter. They're the people, these guys are the people to go to.
Sure.
There's others on Facebook that have some pre-done stuff where you call and tell them, they've got maybe a Jeff Gordon or a Jimmy Johnson. Say, hey, I want that for a Losi Sprint car. They charge you and pay you to ship it, and you get it. That, as far as I can tell, they all look great.
Well, I think Losi hit it out of the park because, one thing that's lacking is getting the younger generation, the youth out. And, a lot of parents don't know if their kid will like it. They don't want to have a purpose-built car and spend $1,000 in it. Let's try something more reasonable. The mud bosses are reasonable. But I'm gonna tell you, when they brung that out, I thought, wow. I mean, the headers look neat. Everything looks like a wow. Even it's got the driver in it, guys.
And his arms move.
Yeah. But they really hit it out of the park to bring in entry-level new people, or even some of us older guys can go out there and run it. I ran one that I sold over the weekend that night. And I went out there and ran it. Man, that thing handles great.
Yeah, they do.
Ooh,
very little work. Very little work.
What do you think of, so with this big of a track, because most of your tracks you go to are 10 scale base. This track is designed for 5th scale and quarter scale.
Yeah.
We had, I think the opening night we had 2 cars, that 81 car.
Myself and Nick Campbell.
Now we've got, we had 6.
Yeah, we had 6.
What do you think of the competition? Is there something that we need to do to, maybe close them up a little bit, or?
Yeah, we need to make the new guys slow down.
Yeah, that's just true.
I am absolutely impressed with the new guys that showed up with their cars. Obviously, there's a little learning curve, but they all stepped up pretty fast.
Well, I think this big of a track gives an opportunity to overshadow your mistakes. You got more room, you got more width.
Yeah.
It gives you an opportunity to learn. When you get on a dedicated 10 scale track, it's a lot different, ain't it?
Yes and no. I mean, Joel Fritz was in Grand Island last Saturday night, and he drove away in the A feature again.
Yeah.
And looked like, for a guy that's only been racing RC cars for a short time, he looked like a seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
And it was a lot. I would rather race where we're all close like that, and you just got to not make mistakes than win by 3 laps. It's more fun that way.
Well, right now, guys, if you're looking for one, they're not available. I don't know what Hobby Town.
The red ones are available in quite a few places, but a lot of the guys don't like the battery because.
And you pay a little extra.
Yeah. So at last I knew, you could buy the blue and the green car at $350 retail, and the red car at $399, and that came with a 4,000 milliamp Spectrum battery. And I think the only proper way to charge that is a LiPo is with a Spectrum charger
Sure.
or that USB charger that they ship with it.
Does Hobbyplex have them up in
Hobbytown has, I believe, one red one left on the shelf.
Right, and Hobbytown and Lincoln, who's our corporate sponsor, shout out to Hobbytown and Lincoln. I bought their last one. Supposedly, there's more coming at the end of the month, maybe the first part of August, but we don't know.
And I can't guarantee what potential tariffs are going to do to
Right,
prices.
and with the potential tariffs, exactly. So I want to try to stock them as much as I can out here for people to buy. If you come out to Outlaw, you can right now. But I just think it's a really a neat situation. I like to get one myself. As soon as probably the season's over with, I'll probably have one. They're cheap. They're cheaper than the dedicated cars, and I think they just. I've never raced one on a dedicated 10 scale track, so the large scale was pretty good out there. But
you've done a pretty good job prepping the track where these don't move around or bounce around too much. They're very easy to drive.
There's Mike Garrett. Guys, if you got any comments, please chat. Ask Mike Soltau or myself any questions on these cars. The next class we're going to get into is the Losi Traxxas late model.
Traxxas late model.
This is kind of a new, the body's been. It's the same Traxxas modified, but you get Traxxas late model and put them on the same chassis.
Yep.
It's kind of newer. I mean, they just come out with late models, this fall? Bodies?
This summer, I think the bodies have been out for probably 2.5 months.
Really?
And the cars have probably been out for, the bodies have been out longer than that, probably 3 months or so. And cars for about 2 months.
We had a pretty good car count for the first time with late models.
We had 8, didn't we?
We had 8.
One fell out.
Yeah, one fell out. But yeah, and what's nice about this, guys, is you can buy either, and I've got it in stock here at the track. I've got a red one. It is a Traxxas late model with a late model body. Most of the times you buy a modified and put a late model body on it. What it's really neat is you can have 2 bodies in one car.
Yep.
It's that easy to change out your bodies to do different classes. All you got to do is change out your battery. Don't forget if you're going into the next class. What do you think about the late models? Did you have? I don't remember. Did you have one?
Okay, so I bought a modified and ran it at Hobbytown last winter, and it was having an absolute ball. Actually, I bought mine in time for last year's Ironman. And I had an absolute ball with it here, and then I started racing it in the fall at Hobbytown, and it was a really good car. I think I won the first race there, and Shaggy wanted it. So I sold it to Shaggy.
Oh, no.
And then I had regrets.
Yeah.
So I bought another car, and then somebody had one for sale. I bought a second car. And so my second modified is all original. And then the third one I bought specifically to turn into a late model. And Mike Garrett wound up with that one. We did some horse trading. And I ended up with another car through the works and turned that into my late model. I went to Hobbytown and I bought a complete clear body kit and I painted it, ordered my wrap from Carpies, and we're at the racetrack.
So they come clear. They come clear as a kit. You can just buy the body if you just want the body.
Yes,
right?
There's 2 ways to buy the body. You can buy just the Lexan part alone, the clear, and I'm not sure the price. I'm going to guess $60 to $70. And then I believe retail on a complete late model body with the interior, the roll cage, everything to mount it is in the $115, $120 range.
Right.
On your Hobbytown.
Sorry, guys. So yeah, and you can do the same thing with Traxxas. I know that Hobbytown and Lincoln has a Traxxas clear body modified.
The modified is the same way. I haven't seen a complete modified body yet in the package, but I have bought and painted several of the clear ones. Got my wraps from them.
So talk about the rules on this. I know it'll be the same thing as the Traxxas modified, but let's talk about outside of being on a late model body.
You can take your transmission apart and degrease the diff if you want, or put in the fluid of your choice. You can change the shock oil, but you cannot put in any additional limiters. There are some blue limiters in there from the factory that they have to stay in. Traxxas gives a shock length from the center of the eyelet to the center of the eyelet for the front and rear of the car. And we may or may not check that down the road to see if anybody has limiters. I'll give it a couple millimeters grace either way, but nothing
Sure.
extreme. So degrease your diff. You can clean and re-oil your bearings. You can change your shock oil. And you have to keep the stock springs, the white spring with the blue mark on it. Stock tires and wheels.
Don't be painting your shocks different white without the blue mark on it.
Yeah. I believe the late models came out with a different inner foam in the tires because
Well, that's what
so many people,
Alan Halty out of Grand Island.
right? And I know the late model tires has a different part number than the modified. It's the same part number, but the late model has an X after it. So if you go to the hobby store, you can find these tires real easy with the label on it and the part number. But if you want the newer inserts, that part number has to have an X after it to get the new inserts.
Sure.
And then
Is there a different sorry guys, man, I got problems here. As far as compounds on these tires, just really one compound.
One compound on both cars. It's the same tire, just a different
And
insert.
you are allowed to put tire dope on them?
That's up to the track.
Okay.
Grand Island, I believe. Al, you might chime in on
yeah,
this.
Al, if you're on, chime
I
in
know-
with Grand Island.
I know at Jensen, you're not allowed to prep the modified tires. You can clean them, but you can't prep them.
Okay.
I know at Grand Island, Dana Pospisil made a comment about prepping tires, and we didn't prep that day. I prepped last weekend when I raced there, but I didn't run modified. I ran late model,
Mhm.
and then my other cars. Same with the Losi Sprint. You are allowed to prep your tires here if you so choose, but I will tell you that they're not a great compound for that. If you get carried away too far, you're going to burn them off pretty quick.
Burn them up, yeah, because they're not really the best tire in the world.
No, they're there to get you to the racetrack and get you started, and
Right.
it's a disposable item that sooner or later is going to have to be replaced.
Right.
If you do choose to clean and prep your tires, water with some simple green in it works just fine. It'll also give them a small, light, sticky feeling, and you really don't need to prep on top of that.
Sure.
Other racetracks will make their own rules for what you can prep with and clean with.
So these are actually a dedicated Traxxas slash.
Yep.
With the what they call the underground body or the
LCG chassis.
LCG chassis.
They put the GTR long and extra long shocks on it, which are threaded body aluminum shocks. They're anodized. They come in 4 or 5 different colors.
Mm-hmm.
The LCG chassis, they have the late model and the modified actually have the new 272 transmission in them with an aluminum motor plate, which is really nice because it helps take some of the heat off of the motor. There's also a plastic spacer between the motor and the motor mount that helps set the gear mesh for beginners. We allow you to remove that and reset your gear mesh. I'm going to say not as high a quality part, and resetting your gear mesh, even the pinions that come on the cars, I know they make these cars as cheap as possible, but I don't think they're all round. I chose on my cars to buy the exact same tooth pitch of pinion and number of teeth and replace it. It takes some of the gear noise out of the car, which is an irritation to a seasoned racer.
You don't want that buzzing sound?
I don't care for the
Well,
buzzing sound. And
Do that gear, you're talking about the spur gear in the back or just the
no,
pinion?
the spur gears seem to be fine. It's
Okay.
the pinion gear. They're cast. They're not machined.
And also, you're not allowed to run direct drive. Basically, take the clutch shoes off, they call them. Or they
No,
call them.
you have to run the slipper clutch
Slipper
that comes
clutch,
on the
yeah.
car. You cannot put a direct drive unit on.
Okay.
Or slipper eliminator.
Slipper eliminator. But you can adjust that and tighten or loosen
Yep.
it up.
Yep.
Have you messed with that at all?
Yes, I have. At Hackberry and Grand Island, we loosened our slippers a little bit because the track was a little loose. That takes a little bit of forward bite out of the car, lets it get off the corner a little better. And at the same time, if you over loosen it, it's going to slip and you'll take the pads out of it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If you, I was told, I do some research on my own, back it off about a quarter, or not even a quarter, maybe an eighth turn on that nut, just to kind of keep it from, you're not loosening it up a lot, but it gives it enough till you get the car to work better.
Yeah, mine's probably backed off from tight to, and by tight, I mean you hold your rear wheels between your legs with the gear cover off and try to make the slipper slip in between the pads.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get that set, then you can back that off until you can turn it with your thumb real hard. You don't want it to turn easy,
Mm-hmm.
just enough tension on it that you're struggling to get it to move. And it's probably an eighth to a quarter of a turn or maybe a little bit more.
Sure.
And it's a feel thing. You'll hear your car if the diff is slipping too much. It'll bark and squeal.
Okay. Hey guys, just real quick, I'm hoping you guys can hear me. We're doing something different tonight. Normally we always interview people at their house, on their phone, on their computer. This time we're having somebody sitting here next to me live. So the PA system or the mic is a little farther away. So if you guys can't hear us, I can change that, maybe tune in a little better. But I thought Traxxas, when I first saw the modified, and we'll talk about the modifieds coming up here pretty soon, but I thought they also hit it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, they did. They look great.
There's a lot of modifieds out there that just don't look like modifieds. And I love the Bud Boss line of cars. I mean, it's a good entry level. I had fun with mine, but they don't look like a modified.
Well, they're made to look like a Eastern dirt modified, upstate New
Right,
York and
right.
East Coast and Canada.
And we're from Midwest, where it's
those cars aren't really run anywhere in our area.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought Traxxas really hit it out of the ballpark, along with Losi, on giving that wow factor.
Yep.
Any other rule changes that you can do on these cars? Like you can put a fan on your ESCs.
Yep. You can put. Traxxas makes a fan for the ESC. It's $25. It plugs right in.
Yep.
Racing and Power Hobbies make the exact same fan. I have compared all three of them side by side. They're identical except for the color and the sticker, for anywhere from $9 to $13 for the Power Hobby and the Racing one. You can put those on your speed controls, help keep it cooled down a little bit. It's a longevity thing. I have no problem with that. You can also change, I believe I said, your shock oil, and you can change what's in the diff too.
Mm-hmm.
You can run it with just a little bit of real light oil in it, or you can go as stiff as you want.
Well, let's get into that. What do you recommend for especially new people who don't know anything about diff oils and where to go with it besides the stock?
So the thicker the grease in the diff, the more the car will turn, but it also unloads the front wheel. Did I say that right? Or the thinner the grease, the more it'll unload the left rear wheel
Right.
in the corner. The thicker the grease, the more the left rear wheel will drive. So
thicker the grease will make the car push.
right. So
Thinner the grease will loosen it up.
Yep.
Okay.
So you have to find a happy medium for the racetrack you're racing on. Here it's not quite as big a deal. My diffs are both stock the way they came in the car. I haven't messed with them. But I do know some of the other cars that I've been chasing have something a little lighter in it. And those guys aren't necessarily revealing their secrets. So
Do you use grease or oil?
it's called diff grease.
Right.
But it looks more like an oil. It's thin and clear while it's new. I've heard of guys with their Losi cars putting a little sewing machine oil in it, just enough to lubricate the gears, to all the way to 5, 6 to 8,000 weight. And all of these oils have a weight rating on them, and the higher the number, the thicker it is.
Yeah. I've
Same
seen
with shock oil.
well, I've seen some that run 3,000.
3,000 is pretty common in a dirt car.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff on Facebook and stuff. The other thing is battery.
5,200 milliamp, 50C hard case, but 2-cell LiPo battery with your choice of plug on it, and you can take the Traxxas plug off of the speed control if you want, or you can buy an adapter to plug your battery in.
But I got the adapter.
I got it too. My modified has changed in my.
I'm too late. I guess I'm too lazy to sit there and solder everything and stuff.
And the only reason you would change it is the really, really good racers will say it's increasing the IR in the car, the resistance.
Right.
So,
I don't care.
Is it a thing with the spec car? Probably a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a thing that an unseasoned racer will notice? I don't think so.
So
there's John's car. Looks
John
great, but
passed.
you can't see it at night.
Oh boy, yeah. Did he race in a Grand Island?
Yep.
Did he have the same problem?
No, we rained out before it got dark.
Oh, okay. I was curious because that is a dark. Now the car next to him, that's one of his, ain't it?
Yep, that's an extra car that I believe he kept the body and sold to the Rink family.
Oh, okay. So guys, hey, got any comments for Mike? Alan, if you're on, or even Rob Jensen, since you got the Jensen Speedway, what kind of rules program you got going up there? Real quick, before we get into the Traxxas Modified and finishing off with the Mud Boss, we have finally got our. Let me see here. Let me get out of this thing real quick, guys. Get back to me and Mike. There we go. We got our online store up and running, and I'm hoping it worked. This is something new that we've tried. We have hats available. You can get 4 different colors to choose from. There's snapback. They're a trucker style. You can hit that. I'm again, I don't know if this is going to work. So if you guys do it, let me know. But you can hit that IRL code and take you right to the online store. Now, the online store is good for 2 weeks at a time. So we'll have it running for the next another weekend or so. And then we'll probably, before the Nationals, we'll have it up and running. That is one. The other one is our T-shirts. We have 3 different style T-shirts. We got the real, just a common T-shirt, and then you get into the ones that are better quality. The one that I really like is the last one on the online store. It's kind of a silk feel, really nice and stuff. And they all have writing in the front. Says Outlaw Raceway Park.
The silk feel one, is that like one of those wicker ones that take the moisture off? It's real light when it's hot out?
I think so.
Or is it still cotton or polyester or whatever?
Yeah, you can read it on the online store. There's 4 different colors to choose from. Here's the pullover sweatshirt. That's one of the colors we're offering. And we can do more colors. There's a lot more colors we can choose from. But we were kind of limited on we don't want to have a whole ton of crap on this online store. So we're trying to figure out, okay, if everybody wants yellow, we'll get rid of one and go to a yellow one.
So if you order on this online store, is it shipped to you and you get it here?
You can do it 2 ways. If you want to get it shipped directly to the buyer, you can. Okay, all the money goes to the place that does it. Once I get past the setup fees and stuff, and I don't make a lot of money off this. I think $2 off the sweatshirt, But you can have it directly to the buyer, which is like say in Omaha, you can have it shipped there, or I can pick it up in Lincoln and have it out to the trash and save yourself some shipping. So that's a pullover sweatshirt. The other one is the pullover with a hoodie, and it's 4 different colors, and that's purple in color. Again, a lot of different colors to choose from. So guys, if you want to if we're too quick on this, let me know. I can post something real quick on here while we're talking into Mike's talking.
So sizes from like kids.
Sizes goes all the way up to 5X.
Cool.
But the higher you go, the more money you're going to pay for.
Right.
Just be aware. Just be aware of that. Yeah. So I want to thank Chuck Burnley. When he was off for his surgery he had this winter, he set all this up. Kim Meyer finished it. She was on the phone making phone calls left and right. I kind of wanted to stay out of it. I did the approvals, but I just let those guys take care of it. You know, dedicate the energy to somebody else for a change instead of, you know.
So I know, what's the name of the sign company, Beatrice, you use?
Extreme Motorsports.
So you had a lot of stuff done for your cars by Extreme Motorsports.
Mm-hmm.
Did they make your logo and then make you pay to transfer it to these people?
You know,
Was there a proprietary?
I don't know. I don't think he ever did that with me.
Probably should have kept my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a bill.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I don't know. That's a good question. I know Todd Holloway made a lot of these logos for me, and then we just sent it over to the Todd Holloway with Holloway Graphics and PT Speed Sport. So, but yeah, and the hats are kind of cool. I mean, again, guys, I can't show everything what the picture looks. So once you hit that QR code, it takes you right to the store. If we've shut off tonight and you don't get a chance to do it, you can go to my Facebook page. The link to this online store is there. I don't see no part of it. It goes right directly to them. They take care of everything, and I wish it was cheaper in some cases, but because you're only ordering a few, you don't get the big discount. But it's just something that we're going to offer.
It's nice to support your local racetrack.
Yeah, so I see there's
3 comments.
now there's 3. Look like 3 people bought stuff. It looks up on top. But again, guys, go to my Facebook page once we get signed off on here, and you can get whatever you want. And if you want a different color, please let us know, because there are so many to choose from. We're just limited on space on the online store. And Kim and myself, we kind of sit down. I think there's green, there's a navy, there's purple, there's not a green color, but like a darker green. There's what the hats come in different colors. This hat is gray with the black. Otherwise, you can get gray with the white, gray with the light gray in the mesh part of it. So there's different things you can choose from there. So again, if you guys are interested in stuff like that, just tell them that you want it. I'll pick them up and bring them out to the track and give it to you guys. And I don't see no payments. I don't see nothing. It's a real simple process. So, but anyway, guys, let me know if you guys missed the codes. I'll put it back up on here while we're talking. In the meantime, let's get in with the, let me get down here real quick. Traxxas Modifieds. Explain a little bit about that to the people.
Exactly the same as the late model. A little softer inserts. One thing I did neglect to say that applies to both of these classes is here at Outlaw Raceway Park and at Hackberry, you are allowed to use an aftermarket radio. Grand Island is stock Traxxas radio, and so is Rob Jensen's Jensen RC Speedway. We were going to keep it stock, and we had several of the new racers ask if they could change to a regular radio because they didn't like bringing 2 or 3 radios to the racetrack. And when I come, I bring my good radio and 3 others, so I bring 4 radios to the track. And several of the new racers asked if they could change radios. I get it. It's controversial.
Well, it's kind of like me, because I'm going to run 2 classes with 1 car.
Right.
I don't want to have to go in there and change out a receiver every time.
Right.
So I can run the same car.
There's guys running multiple cars, want to use one radio. This is not legal for the Losi Sprint car class.
No, the
only,
Losi
only
is-
the
yeah.
Traxxas base car.
Yeah.
And the Mud Boss cars were already open
radio too, yeah.
So it just kind of made sense here and at Hackberry. So if that upsets you, I'm sorry. It was just a common sense thing that the local racers wanted.
Right. And again,
So-
guys, if you go to a visiting track,
Yep.
go to Grand Island, NESCAR, go to Jensen Raceway, go to Hackberry. Follow their rules. It's really simple.
And all of these
ask what
racetracks-
their rules are, and if you don't like the rule, I guess you don't race, you know, and,
Right.
and don't make a big stink out of it. Just go and enjoy yourself racing with people that you normally do, you know.
And all of these tracks are on Facebook. You can click on their link and find a page. It'll send you to their rules page, and they will list every rule for every class of cars they run.
Sure. Anything else on the Traxxas Modified?
Traxxas / modified body only. None of the aftermarket bodies. I don't know how many of them would fit anyway. Stock tires and wheels. Once again, you can put a fan on the ESC. You can take the transmission apart and go through your diff if you will. Is changeable. Once again, you cannot put any additional limiters in the shocks. The radio thing, 5200 milliamp 50C hard case battery, and go out and have a good time.
Sure. Yeah.
They are a lot of fun.
What? Okay, so we can't do any improvements, okay, because it's technically box stock. But what did you see on these cars on the Traxxas Modified or Latemodel? It's the same car basically that you thought, gosh, I wish they would have done this.
I'd like to see a really better insert, like something from Proline or DE Racing or J Concepts. And here's a thing I've noticed. You can buy tires and wheels that look similar to the ones on the Traxxas car and use that tire's foam to run that car somewhere else, not here. But the wheels are different. The Traxxas wheels are shaped a little bit different than all of the other short course wheels that are out there.
So you can't.
You can't mix and match without being creative and doing some cutting and trimming.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's one good thing when it comes to tech in the cars. But if you go to another track that allows a different tire and wheel, I guess you're just going to you can't mount it on the same wheel. You'll have to.
Now, do they make, okay, so on these Traxxas, and I'm talking Latemodel Modified, do they make a tire where if that, let's say you put a big gouge in it and where it comes apart on you, can you just keep your wheel and put glue a different tire on, or does it come as a?
So from what I gather at the Hobby Town in Omaha is you can buy a brand new pair of fronts or rears for I believe $25 already glued, or you can buy a set of wheels for less than $10 or $10. They're both you're going to get a pair of fronts or a pair of rears.
Mhm.
They aren't one front, one rear. They're either both fronts or both rears. And you can buy an unglued set of tires with the Traxxas foam in them in the $20 range for one pair of tires. And that's the other thing. The late model and the modified here have to have two gray and two black wheel hexes. You can put them on whatever corner of the car you want. You can put your tires on and wheels whatever corner of the car you want. But you have to have the two gray and the two black wheel hexes on the car.
Mhm.
You can't put all 4 of one or 3 of one and 1 of the other on the car. So the wheel hexes that come on the car have to be on the car.
Now, you know, with things that break, where do you see where you're going to have to maybe bring extra parts to you at the track? Whether it's a Losi, a modified.
The only thing I've seen break on these cars are steering racks, and that's where the servo saver is. But that was indoors, and the racing's a little rougher indoors than it is out here or at any of the outdoor tracks we go to. So I would say Traxxas parts are cheap. That's one of the nice things about their cars. I would carry, and I do carry, I don't carry. I have slash mud boss parts in my box, but since the modified and the late model have the new upgraded higher quality arms and hubs and steering knuckles on them, I would carry a steering knuckle. I would carry a set of front arms, the front C hubs and the rear arms and the rear hubs. And if you break anything other than that and the steering rack, you're doing really good because these cars are pretty bulletproof.
And a lot of this whole car, I'm assuming the Losi is the same way. If you break something, you can replace it. There's parts for them.
Yep, you can walk in any hobby store.
It's not where you buy a car and you
part.
throw it away because you can't find parts. Yeah. And basically, it's all just Traxxas parts, basically.
And Al's right. It is kind of like the SD mod was in the old days. So.
Oh, I was going to say, Rob Jensen, I was going to bring that up. On the mod, one improvement you can do is a lid tie down.
Yep, you can do.
They make a button type thing, isn't it, or something?
There's several manufacturers out there that make a button with Velcro on it. It bolts to the bottom of it. Bolts to the top of the front bumper mount.
Would that affect the late model body?
The late model body slides into.
Yeah, but with the mounting part of it, you think it'll interfere if you want to?
Yes, it probably would with the way it slides in there.
Okay.
Actually, I think if you put one body post right in the center, like I have on my car, the late model body would probably slide around.
Right. Yeah, because I ran into that problem Saturday night where I don't know, something happened. I don't remember. It doesn't matter who. If I hit somebody, I hit a wall. I don't know what I did. But the front nose, that popped up like a sail.
Yeah, and it's if the nose pops up, guys, I know you want to race your cars, but alligators don't look good, and the bodies are too expensive to crack the nose off the car.
Right. So
and we all enjoy racing our cars. We don't want them all duct
taped up
to hold them together. It's just not fun that way.
Alan Hawley says the Traxxas Mod took us back to what short course mod was before it got advanced. It's back to the short course 10 days.
Yeah, the original SC10s from Associated.
ST10s, okay.
And I think the Losi was called a short course truck too.
Right.
But they were rear motor brushed, and.
Well, are these bigger than your typical 10 scale dedicated cars?
Yes, they are. They're
kind of like not a 10 scale. They're like maybe a little shy of an 8 scale.
Actually, the wheelbase and widths and dimensions are pretty similar to an 8 scale buggy.
And they're really generated as an off-road truck, basically, ain't it, or something on that order?
The Slash is, yes.
Yes.
The Slash truck is, yes.
So they really handled because on my track, it's so big that you can't get it super smooth. And I thought with my modified out there, it ran really good. There was a dip coming out of track just because of the water. We've had so much rain out here, guys, this year. And I just cannot keep the water ruts from forming. And there was a dip right where the loop's at. And I went over it. And you can see the car bounce. And I actually watch you guys as I'm scoring, and me and Kim in there. And didn't like it affected anything.
Yeah, the discs and the sticks are harder.
Well, the disc,
the racetrack.
the disc, and the disc is way off the track. So,
yeah. But everybody's trying to get that extra tenth. You know?
Get down, sucker down in there. Before we get into the Mud Boss, which is pretty self-explanatory, we have coming up August 13th to the 16th, and we'll talk a little bit about that, the quarter scale Dirt National. So sit back and enjoy.
It says Twisted Minds, but it's supposed to be Twisted Minds.
That's a quarter scale. Whoops. Got to turn the mic on. That's a quarter scale Dirt Nationals coming in. Let's get online here. There we go. We're back. Quarter scale Dirt Nationals, August 13th to the 16th. And guys, we've got a lot of exciting things going on for the Nationals this year. Last year we extended the day on Wednesday night, all-night practice. Thursdays is qualifying and 3 rounds of heat races. Friday night is another heat race along with the A main, and then we go into Saturday with the features. And what's important to know is we're bringing in these 10 scale cars as a support class to be part of the Nationals, be the Traxxas Modifieds, the Latemodels, and the Losis part of it. So,
and that's basically to give the quarter scale racers a little break and last minute time. I mean, I'm sure they're going to get some hot laps before the features, and you give them some time to make changes to their cars and get the racetrack worked in a little bit.
Right. Yeah. So, I'll do the best I can with the support class. I'll have some. I got some trophies coming for you guys. Nice plaques for the top 3. So, and what's going to be cool, guys, you guys can be part of the national event that we have, and we got fireworks this year.
And what's his name?
Tom Zewell.
Tommy does not skimp on the fireworks. They are fantastic every year.
Yeah.
It's a quality show.
Well, we're changing up just a hair. Usually he gives a 20-minute show, but because he went through all his inventory, he got to be able to shoot off the fireworks at not Oak Lake, but for City of Lincoln.
Yeah.
So he's using what he has. So what he's going to do is he's going to have the boomers for the national anthem. He's going to have the boomers for parade lap. And then he's right after the last checkered flag of the 360 championship, he's going to do a 5-minute shoot off. And we're going to light the sky up, as he said. So just be aware when you're getting ready to come down that drive stand, because he said he's going to light the sky up.
They're loud. And you can feel the heat.
Yeah, yeah. So he does a fantastic job. I appreciate Tom actually doing this for us.
Mm-hmm.
And so
thank you. I mean, I didn't make it last year, but every year I've been here before that, it's always been.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have him last year. You
didn't?
No, his mother passed away, and so he had to take care of all the. You know how that is.
Yeah.
So yeah, come out to the championship August 13th to 16th, guys. And if you're just a spectator and you enjoy large scale racing, because this is what this track was intended to do, is large scale racing.
Mm-hmm.
And with the advent of these modifieds and late models and Losis, I think we can incorporate that part of the program into this track.
For the people that think these cars are too little, you're right a little bit for this size of racetrack.
Mm.
But at the same time, we don't crash as much. The cars still spin out. But I consider it like watching the real cars go to Eldora.
Sure.
Or someplace big like that. I mean, you can race. How you get off the corner affects your straightaway speed into the next corner. I mean,
sure.
Somebody can have a second on you and you can run them down no problem with a little bobble and getting off the corner.
Yeah. Well, we do a little bit different things than most 10 scale tracks where you wreck, somebody marshals you, throws you back out, and you're going.
Right.
Where we do is because of the insurance guidelines, and right now we're a QSAC regulated track. Once the red comes out because our car is in the grass or upside down, we stop where we're at. Marshall runs out there, retrieves the car, puts you in a spot, and then we have everybody pulling behind the leader. That bunches everybody up coming out of turn 4.
Yep.
You've raced both different directions. Do you like this way better because it does bunch everybody up a little bit closer?
Well, as a marshal that's been hit by a mud boss,
yes, I know. That's why
I appreciate the stopping on this track.
Right.
And getting everybody lined up and going again.
Does the lining up everybody behind each other, does that create better racing then versus kind of everybody spread out?
Yes, and yes, it does, because the guys that maybe made a bobble early or somebody ran into them from the back or something, stuff happens.
Well,
I think it just gives them a chance to get back in.
And I noticed the times are so damn close that, boy, if you screw up,
right,
it's hard to catch up.
Right.
it's hard to catch up. So we implemented that last weekend, and I thought everybody did a fantastic job of marshaling. Everybody did a fantastic job of stopping where they're supposed to and getting everybody lined up. Good way of racing that way.
And as a person that's mildly handicapped, I like being able to just walk out on the track when I'm marshaling and take care of a car instead of having to try and run and jump.
Sure. So anyway, last we're going to talk about is, of course, everybody knows what these are. These are the Traxxas or the Mud Boss. Kind of explain to everybody about that a little bit.
So a gentleman in Canada named Eric Salvis, I don't know if he ever raced the Eastern Dirt Modifieds or was just a fan, but came up with an inexpensive class with this body and the Traxxas Slash 12-turn brushed, because that's what was out. I'm guessing he's been out 15 years or more. Came up with racers have a budget-friendly way to go racing. He spec'd a battery, the tires and wheels that came on the car, and the car out of the box. You could put limiters in it, change your shock oil, degrease the diff, and over the years they came up with ways to make them handle a little bit better, but you had to run one of these bodies. And they blew up on the East Coast and gradually swept across the U.S. I think they're raced just about everywhere. Very, very inexpensive class to get into. You can go buy I know right now you could get a Slash Builder's kit in the $300 range. Build it yourself, order a body from Salvis himself or your favorite hobby store. And I believe they're in the $60 range plus shipping. Paint it, put your wrap on it, build the car the way you want it built. And
it has to be, because I noticed on these bodies they have like a 51 up there in the window.
If you get a Salvis body, it has a little number 51 that's been machined into it. The Salvis body, actually, I believe they all are. These are all machine CNC cut Lexan bodies made out of 030 or 040 Lexan. And when you buy them, you get the screw kits. They're all pre-bent. You just have to screw them together and fit them to the car.
Can you run an aftermarket body? Like say, can I make my own body?
As long as it's your racetrack. I would say as long as it looks like a Mud Boss, yes. But there's so many companies out there making them that fit the templates or the basic design of the rule that you're wasting your time trying to make your own body. Yeah, Lexan is expensive. It's getting hard to get. For some people, I know Sipple Body Shop said they were having trouble getting Lexan. Some of his body orders might get behind. I would think just support your local hobby store or Eric Salvis and buy these bodies that way. It's the best way to do it. And if your local hobby store doesn't have it, there's quite a few places online that have them. Mm-hmm. I believe A-Main stocks some. Go Fast Hobbies does.
Sure.
If you go to Facebook, there's a company called Mr. Customs that has them. I can't think of all of them. I apologize, guys. But go on Facebook and go on the threads that are there for the Losi 22 Sprint car or the Traxxas Slash Modified.
Well, you'll learn a lot.
Yeah, you'll learn a lot. There's multiple ones. A lot of them talk about the same thing over and over again, but every once in a while you run across one that will open your eyes and make you think a little bit. And they're all helpful. They're all willing to help. So it's just a good place to get information from.
So explain the rules on these. I mean, they're Salvis, but what's the difference between, because it's basically the same Slash vehicle except for the LCG.
The Slash
or LGC or whatever you call
that we run are all high center of gravity chassis, which means it's a box stock Slash truck converted to a modified. Mm-hmm. You take the right side Nerf bar off of the chassis. And like I said, you do whatever you want to degrease your diff. You can change your shock oil. You can put limiters in them. And you can cut up to 5 coils off of the front spring. Mm-hmm. And you have to use, I think, the stock springs. I don't remember.
I think stock springs from what I recall.
stock Traxxas tires and wheels, like the ones you see in this picture. There are a couple of different tire styles, BF Goodrich or Kumho, or I believe a Wrangler. There's some different wheel styles. Bottom line is the more stock classes have to use the 2 front and 2 rear wheels, and you have to use the 4 wheel hex adapters that come on the car. You're not allowed to make a lot of changes to it.
Mm-hmm.
Stock servo, they allow you to put in a Savox gear set that I don't know the number of right offhand, which will make it a metal gear servo.
Well, I think Traxxas has their own digital servo too, don't they?
I think they have a metal gear out one now too, but I know some places there's like a $50 claim on a servo.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
they're trying to keep it cheap. Stock radio.
Now these motor is a lot different than the modified late model. They're brushed.
Well, no, the new ones are BL2S also.
Oh, so you can run brushless on these cars?
Yep.
That's legal?
If you go buy a new Traxxas /BL2S, exact same.
Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that.
Yep, it's new for the 2025 rules.
So, because it used to be, it was just a brushed motor.
Yep, the 12-turn brush was around for years. Like all things, they're becoming extinct, and it's cheaper to make the brushless motor for the company, I guess.
And it's still a 12T?
Well, it's not a 12T. It's a 33 or 3500 kV.
Okay.
Brushless motor, sensorless.
Okay.
And they've got the same speed control. It's the same speed control size-wise, but it's made to be run with a brushless motor instead of a brush motor. It's got 3 wires coming out of it instead of 2 wires.
And these are open motor, open radial.
Open radio, yeah.
Right. Let's see who else is
5200 50C battery. So yeah, small addictions. Thanks, Rob. Small addictions, go fast hobbies. I don't know how many hobby stores I've seen bodies at over the years. I wish I could write them down and remember them all to help out.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is something that we're trying out here, guys. We're going to have points. We're going to have the top, top 5 probably in trophies if you qualify for the amount of racing and stuff.
Speaking of points, there may be a question on this. Since you were generous enough to not step on Hackberry's race and not make us come out in the heat here tomorrow, will the guys that bought in for tomorrow be able to carry over to next
They did
weekend?
not buy in.
Oh, nobody, not even Wayne?
No, because Wayne was going to pay. Wayne told me last week, put me in and I'll pay you double pay the following week or today.
Okay.
Next time. What's his name is getting married.
Yeah.
He was going to buy in and pay. So nobody bought in. So,
okay.
And as long as I don't turn the computer on and put names in the computer, it don't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't
so there you go, guys. Yeah. You don't have to worry about.
So yeah. So there's no. Yeah. So we'll have our banquet end of the year like we normally do. You guys are invited. But pizza. Hopefully we get it at Pizza West again. And it's an hour.
I don't know why we wouldn't. We all tip pretty good.
We all tip. Cold. Yeah. No, the beer's cold. And the pizza's pretty decent. And I like their wings. So you're all invited. The big news, and I don't want to really get into details because I really don't know for sure. But one of the biggest news that I have personally is we are with these particular cars is we're joining forces with Hackberry and NESCAR at Grand Island.
I think NESCAR is wanting to do it, but I think they have to have a talk among the higher
right, and they have to because it's a club deal. But their interest in looking at doing what me and Jeff Davis is doing. Hopefully, I talked to Mike CJ the other night. Great conversation with him. He's really anxious to jump on board. But again, like you said, it's a club deal. They have to get to agreement from and everybody. And I don't want to step on anybody's foot. My goal is just to build the interest, not only here at my track, but Hackberry, and if Grand Island wants to join in.
I think to start out with, maybe one race at each track. With
right now it's probably next year experimental basis. But again, guys, if a particular track has a certain rule, even if we're in this series, if we concrete this series, I'm not going to overstep somebody. Because here's the deal, my track, it's a totally different thing. So we have to work in our parameters to make it work out here because I'm so big. The second thing is, with Hackberry being really short, they have to work in their parameters. With Grand Island, I've been to the track just to look at it. What happened to be in Grand Island, and it looked like it's a pretty decent track.
Grand Island's and all the racetracks are an absolute ball. And Al, Steve, and Mike Seja have done a great job of prepping it out there. We were out there the first time a month or so ago, and was when Grand Island flooded actually, and the racetrack was great. You could leave a shoe print in it, but it was fantastic. I had a ball on it, and last weekend it was a little drier, and they watered it a little bit, and I thought it was great. And it was the same for everybody. I had an absolute ball on it. No complaints here. Only complaint was the rain came in, and we didn't get to quite finish up.
Well, I was out to dinner with Glenn Fickle and his wife. Me and Kim happened to be up in Omaha, and we stopped by and say hi. And we went out to dinner, went to that, what do you call it, that Chinese restaurant called the Rose or some stupid thing.
Yeah.
Great Chinese food.
Was it the buffet?
It's a buffet.
Golden Apple?
Golden Apple. And so we were watching and following along on Live RC, and we noticed that I looked at Glenn and I go, now we were inside, so there's hardly any windows in there where we're sitting at. And I said, well, why are they running one heat race? That's unusual, Well, we didn't know that there was weather out there.
Yeah.
And so, so we were kind of following along Live RC. And you guys can do too, because we're a Live RC track. I think Jeff Davis is Live RC.
Yep.
All you got to do is get on Google or whatever your server is and type in Live RC, look for track lists. Once you get there, you get to a search button, you type in what track you're looking for, and you can see live action, breakdown.
You click on your track, and then a menu will come up, and it'll say today's race or this event or whatever, and you click on that, and you can see who's there.
Yep.
You can see the heat races, and you can see the mains.
And you can actually sit there, and if you happen to click on the live talk part of it, you can actually see the laps being changed on a scoring list. You can actually see it, moving back and forth. So, but we'll do that with the quarter scale nationals. We do, Grand Island has it. I have it. Jeff Davis has it. So it's really interesting. Are you in Portland, huh?
I guess so.
Are you racing
Sorry,
tomorrow?
guys.
Are you racing tomorrow at the Plex? Because everybody else canceled. Jeff Davis canceled. I canceled because I was on top of Jeff Davis. And
if you want to travel, Adele's having one heck of a show.
Yeah, Adele's up there, yeah. So, guys, anything else that you want to talk about any of these cars that we've listed tonight?
Just don't be afraid to ask questions, and get on Facebook and look at these places that advertise. Go up to the magnifying glass, click on it, and type in Traxxas Latemodel or Traxxas Modified or Traxxas Mod Boss. And there's probably 2 or 3, if not more, pages dedicated to each of these classes, including Losi 22 Sprint Car. Mm-hmm. Problems guys have had, things guys do to make things work better, or their ideas to make it work better. And just a lot of discussions that will help you out if you have a question or you think you need to go a different way to make your car better.
Also, guys, if you come out and race with us this summer, I've got, get it up close so you can see it, Hobbytown gift certificates. They're $10 each. And what they are is just when you win a race in all the classes that we offer, you are in a drawing for one of these $10 gift certificates. I have $100 of them. Hobbytown in Lincoln. Of course, I'm kind of pushing Hobbytown Lincoln because they're our corporate sponsor out here. Daniel and his wife Kristen graciously helped me with Hobbytown gift certificates. So you could actually, if you win all the races out, you can run up to $100. Mm-hmm. So and we just do a drawing. We do just anybody that wins. And one thing I forgot about the Mud Bosses, and I want to do this. They also have advanced class, and what's really neat outside of the Traxxas modified, a beginner class.
Novice, yep.
It's a novice class. It is for design. It's the same rules, right?
Yep.
It is designed for new people in the sport. If you look at the 37, I think that's Braxton or Brandon.
Braxton.
Braxton. He is a rookie.
Yep.
And it gives him an opportunity to race, to be good at it. He's a young kid. He's probably what, 12?
I don't think he's that old. He raced at Grand Island Saturday night and won.
Yeah. In the beginner class?
In the novice.
Yeah,
box,
yeah. It gives people an opportunity to, like Kim, she's my head scorer out here. She sits there in that scoring shed and watches us having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She wanted to have an opportunity to thought, well, maybe I want to try this. So I bought her. Well, we bought together her own Traxxas
Mud bus.
Mud bus, and she is out there practicing when she can. But it gives her an opportunity to be part of the show, and then hopefully she gets better, or anybody can get better, and you can move up into advanced without changing your car.
Yeah,
it's a win-win situation. Now, I can't sit there and say, well, I'm going down the advanced class or beginner class because I want a cheap win. That's not what it's designed for.
Mm-hmm.
And I do, at least here, I don't want somebody cherry picking the beginner class because It's just not right. Yeah, I just don't think it's right.
I think everybody that's in that class right now is having fun, and they're going to go somewhere.
So, yeah. So
and something we haven't touched on, guys. We are going to have a form of tech after every A feature.
I was just going to get into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can explain it.
Okay. So we decided out here that we're going to have, like Mike said, some form of techie. I don't think anybody's cheating, but racers are racers. Okay. I've been in this sport long enough to know that people do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, I got disqualified down there at the Asphalt Nationals for an oversized wing. And I didn't even think about it, but you know what? I got disqualified, and that's fine. That's great. Okay.
Well, you weren't the only one.
And there was like 5 other guys that got disqualified because of wing size. But the teching is a little different here. Once we're going to tech either the top 3, we're going to have the leader come right away, come down the driver's stand, head to the scoring shed, and you will draw first, second, or third place.
So basically, the A feature winner is going to draw a chip out of a cup.
Yep.
That says 1, 2, or 3.
Yep.
That the person that finished first, second, or third, whichever chip he pulls out, is going to be the car that's teched.
Yeah.
The person getting teched is going to draw a chip that says no tech, shocks, or gear
or track choice.
Yep.
Yeah, if you find something that you don't think is right, it's a track choice.
Yep. X-ray examination.
Yeah, X-ray examination, and we're going to do that for every class. Now, do you want to do it in the beginner class?
No, I don't. I don't think we need to.
Do we need to do it in the Mud Boss advanced class?
If somebody wants somebody to have me look at it, I will gladly look at it.
So basically, it's just a modified Latemodel Losi.
Yep.
Okay. So drivers, be aware of that. I'll have a drivers meeting on that. That once you get done from the driver's stand, we do want you to marshal. So don't just go into the scoring shed, grab a chip, and then go to your pits, because we take the top 3 in the feature, and you automatically marshal.
Actually, Shannon Rink brought up a pretty good point to me a couple of weeks ago. He thinks it would be nice if there was a table by the exit fence somewhere.
Well, we got that picnic table.
The picnic table doesn't hold all the cars. Where everybody can just set their car and radio down and turn around and go marshal. Where, we can switch from race to marshal maybe a little quicker that way than everybody running back to their pit and then dally-dagging around and heading back. And I'm not pointing fingers, but we all have a tendency to drag our feet a little bit.
Yes,
maybe run the show a little quicker if we just drop our cars, turn around. And
that pick table should be big enough to handle 3 cars.
Yeah, but if you got guys running back-to-back classes, some guy going out for the next class has got their car set.
Well, it's a thought. Let's just try the picnic table. It's there. Let's try it, because I don't want to have to buy another picnic table.
Well, once you buy a picnic, I want you to build something.
No, I don't want to build anything either.
Tear the damn barn down and build a table.
Tear the barn down. No, that's. I'm gonna miss that barn if it ever falls down, and it's heading that way. But
We can take the shed off the backside. The lumber looks good on
yeah,
that.
there you go. Yeah. So guys, so that's what we're planning on doing, and we'll have a drivers meeting to discuss that issue. Is we're gonna go ahead and tech the cars. If you fail tech, okay, and I'm gonna be the bad guy here. Don't blame Mike Soltau because he's just the guy that saying yes or no. But if you fail tech, you don't get your points for that night.
Right.
You'll just get DQ'd, and don't get embarrassed. Don't get upset because I've been DQ'd before. You probably have, haven't you?
Oh yeah, for stupid stuff.
Yeah, and
minor oversight.
Yeah, we don't think about it. We go to Hackberry, or you guys go to Grand Island, and they allow a certain rule, and then you come here and you forget. Just like me, I forgot to take my dirt wing off because it came with me. I'm not sure why, but it did show up in the box. And I was in a hurry getting out, and the first thing I did was, and they're identical wings. First thing I did was grab that damn wing, put it on there. I'm out racing. I finished third, so that big wing didn't help me any.
Right.
So I'm sitting there.
We beat 5 other cars.
Well, yeah, there was eight cars, but I sitting there and I'm looking at my car because you have to put it in a hot pit area and then walk away. You can't touch it after that. And then they start bringing the cars up. They weigh them, they measure it. And then Holloway was doing the wing tech. And Holloway was sitting next to me on my wagon. And I looked at Todd, looking at my car being ready to be. And I said, I'm illegal. And he said, what? And I said, I'm illegal. He says, what do you mean? I says, it's my wing. I know I grabbed the wrong wing just by looking at it. And so he's, you're fine. So he teched it, and somehow it got through tech, and then he found out later that, you had to retech it, and it was illegal. So we're all disqualified, so don't be upset with Mike. Don't be upset with me. It's just the name of the game. If you want to race, and even the big cars have tech. Shoot, I don't know if they do that anymore in the 360 or 305s or whatever they used to race.
Well,
but they used to do blowdowns on them things. They pull a plug out and they do a pump test, and they found a bunch of sprint cars over the years illegal.
Well, I don't know how much the local racers follow dirt late models in the area, but Kyle Burke, one of the best SLMR late model racers in the area for a long time, was in Kansas racing a few weeks ago and won the A feature and failed the droop rule. And it was just a matter of a chain stretching or something being bolted in the wrong place.
Right.
And Jonathan Davenport, same thing, went in for tech and failed the droop rule. Took a $10,000 win away.
Right. So don't be embarrassed, and if you get disqualified, do we move the next person up then?
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody will move up one spot.
Right.
Position and points wise.
So just be aware of that. Guys, you got anything else? What a great night. We had a lot of spectators involved here, a lot of people talking. We have canceled last night or tomorrow night because, well, first off, I was on top of Jeff Davis, and I don't want to do that. I didn't realize I did it. I was trying to do a fill-in date from our last rain out that we had. And there was another issue. Everybody was gone on vacation. Everybody was pretty much gone. Yep. So there was no reason for me to water the track. The other thing, and this is the last thing I want to bring up, is I've been approached, and I think I talked to Solti here about it, approach about building a dedicated 10-scale track. I want everybody's thoughts on it. And it'll be probably incorporated with the big track somehow, some way. I don't know how my feelings on that. I think it'd be the entire front stretch as far as the front stretch, because I want to incorporate the same loop. I don't want to go through a bunch of the problem I have is how much dirt that I need to buy to haul in. So give me your thoughts on it. If everybody, I guess what I need is reinforcement, one way or another.
Reinsurance.
What's your thoughts, real quick?
Honestly, it might make the racing a little better. I'm not I'm not a fan of incorporating it into the existing straightaway, but I understand why you want to do it, and it's your racetrack. I think finding a way to put it around the light pole would make it easier to race on if it had some banking. I think if you incorporate it into turn one, you're not going to have enough banking on the track. The cars might be kind of tough to get to work and drive.
Sure.
But
Well,
that's just me.
I'm just looking at the expense of it because it's going to cost some money to haul clay in.
Yep.
You know, I don't know. I mean, everybody seems to get along pretty good on the big track.
Yep.
You know, because we had the Ironman and we had 28 cars out here.
Right.
And I didn't hear one complaint about the track.
No.
Did you? I mean, I don't know.
Not that I.
So
if I did, I wasn't paying attention.
So anyway, and that'll be brought up probably at the drivers' meeting because I want to get everybody's input. You know me, Mike. I'm trying to be transparent as possible. While you guys, I can be hardcore and say this is what I'm going to do, and I don't want to listen to anybody.
And guys, spread the word. The Ironman is a lot of fun.
Right.
It's.
We won't do it like we did that first year. We had 28 all on one time.
Yeah, we will limit it to a smaller age.
Yeah, I think we did 15 last year, and it turned out pretty decent.
And
12 or 15.
And the reason being is we need marshals.
Well, we're going to do it a little different because we're just going to stop on the track.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit.
Yeah, Mike, he got hit really bad on turn 2, and down he went. And I thought,
I'll tell you what, I've been hit by an 8-scale gas buggy, and it didn't do that. Went to that short course, trucked into me, so
yeah,
it took me right out.
Well,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's a great day. The last 2 races we've had beautiful weather.
It's going to be on a Sunday right after our last show of the summer.
Spread the word to your friends. Bring your cars, come race. It's a good time. Everybody helps everybody.
And you don't have to be a QSAC member to do this.
And you don't have to be a QSAC member.
Right.
And might get some great trophies for it.
Yeah.
And door prizes. And it's just a really good time.
Yep. So, guys, make sure it's October 6th.
I'm not sure.
Whatever the first weekend in October, and that'll be our last race of the year. And then
it would be the 6th.
And then we'll try to do our banquet and things like that. Now the banquet might get delayed because I'm going in for shoulder replacement. I went in there originally in December of last year and ended up coming out with a back issue. So I got to get my shoulder fixed. And so as soon as October ends, I'm going to try to get in and get this thing fixed. And they said it'll take about 6 months for me to heal. So, so it might get delayed a little bit, or I might force it in a lot quicker, depending on what the Pizza West is going. But last comments here.
Zach
Osborne.
Wayne Thomas.
Wayne Thomas.
Wayne, aren't you still in Galveston?
I think they're still in Texas. Or are they coming back?
I think they're not coming back till tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Soltau, the RC legend.
Gulf of Mexico.
He's probably all tan. They got the.
Hey, Wayne, send us a picture of tequila.
Yes, send us a picture of tequila. Yeah, usually they go down to Mexico.
Yeah.
And this time they went down to Galveston, him and Glenn Fickle and the wives and stuff.
I hope they're having a good time.
I hope you guys had a good time. Yeah. So
that's all you guys.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, I don't have anything else. Mike, you want to?
Nope. I'll tell you thank you.
Thank you for coming out, giving us share us. I'm hoping, Mike, that you can, because you got so much knowledge and parts and stuff, maybe you can sit down and share part numbers.
Yeah.
And so, especially I'm interested in putting a fan on. I just don't know the part numbers. I know Losi, you said the associated ball cups are illegal.
The associated ball cup, and I recently found out that Losi also makes an upgraded ball cup for the regular 22 buggy. It's a better quality part number. Tim in Omaha pointed that out to me. And if I messed somebody up, I apologize. I wasn't aware of that. But on all the threads I'd been reading, the associated ball cups were working better than.
Yeah, because I noticed the Losis were popping off.
And if anybody ever has an issue with the ball cup, I have a brand new set for the entire car in my pit box. If you need a ball cup to thread back onto a turnbuckle or even a broken turnbuckle, come and see me and I will give it to you. I have arms, I have C-hubs, I think I have steering knuckles, you break something at the racetrack, come and see me. I try to carry enough stuff to fix something on the car.
Okay. And we still got our large scale guys. Don't forget our fifth scale sprint cars. BJ Benish, is he a 2-time champion? 3-time champion?
2, 3, I'm not sure.
He's coming back with the fifth scale, and I'm looking forward to BJ to make Mike Garrett Checkers a record guy.
Yeah, and we got Rick a new motor.
Rick got a new motor. Zelazny is always fast. I think currently
they've gotten their cars to work a lot better.
Zelazny was the last year's champion. So the fifth scale sprint cars look really healthy.
And he was only champion by what, like a point?
Yeah, 1 point. Yeah, so.
Not knocking you, Chris, just saying the racing was that good and that close.
Yeah. So, guys, we have a full program out here. I want to thank everybody for chiming in, Mike for coming out. One thing I saw, and I just remembered it. I don't know if this is true or not, but I was reading somewhere where Traxxas is coming out with a truck. Super, like the late model modified in a truck. Have you heard anything?
Okay, so Shark RC Bodies is making a Chevy NASCAR style truck body to fit on the Slash with a rear spoiler. It's in I believe $70 range. Shark RC Bodies, give me tips.
Is that something that could
you might have to adjust the ride height or how you trim your body, but it looks to me like you could possibly mount it on a Slash modified or late model. The photos of it show it mounted on a regular Slash with the body mounts with the
regular Slash like the Mud Boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And like I said, Shark RC Bodies, I don't remember what they called it. I just looked at it last night. Comes with a Chevy grill, and it looks really neat. I think it might be fun on a big track like this, and maybe that's something that, we could open up the gear on and, let's put it on.
Well, and then I was also approached on the new short course late models.
So
they want
purpose-built cars?
The short course purpose-built want to come out here.
CJ and I talked about that, and he thought it was pretty neat. I don't know if they have late model bodies or Shark makes them Mr. Customs.
Well, isn't Brian Mullins have one?
Brian Mullins has one.
Late model.
I've asked him to some Saturday.
And you guys are invited to coming down to if you just want to come down and you want to go out during the intermission while we're getting our lineups ready and go out there and try it, you're more welcome to come out. You don't, and try it out.
And depending on the timeline or how busy we are, I'll give you a radio. You can drive any of my cars anytime you want.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested in those short course, I've got a short course modified that I've always thought about taking it out there and try it. It's just the car has been sitting in the basement for I don't know how long, and it's
kind of like Fred Murray sitting in the showcase at Hobby Town in Omaha.
I saw that. Yeah, well, I got one of Fred Murray's short course modifieds.
Yeah,
and
I don't. Those are AFX cars, aren't they?
They're AFX,
yeah.
And the ESC is old Novak ESC that you can't find anymore.
Probably.
But I always thought about bringing it out sometime and just see how well it does on this track, considering that they're about the same size as these tracks.
I think it'd be really neat to take one of those specific cars and put a late model body on it with a big wing on the back. And
what about motor?
Open motor, open speedo, 2-cell lipo, open tire.
Yeah, and see what it does. That would be your outlaw class.
Yeah, that would make a great outlaw class.
That would make a great outlaw class. So we got a lot of opportunities to make this good, guys. Hey, thanks for showing up, guys. We appreciate your time and effort. Again, if you're interested in buying some swag, go to the Facebook page. I think it's on there for 2 weeks, and we'll keep posting it. Our next race is August 2nd. There's gates open at 2, hot laps at 5:30. I want to try to get hot laps at around 5:30 or 6 if I can with everybody, because we got a lot more classes now and stuff. So usually we always bring out everybody on the 10 scale can go out all at once. We'll give you about a half hour.
Right.
And everybody can go out there and play before we start bringing the.
And guys, if you're doing that, if you're running a Mud Boss or a modified or a late model out there, and there's a Losi Sprint car out there, give them a little bit of room. And same for the Losi guys. Don't drive yourself into a situation where
a mess.
It's a mess. It's practice. You're making sure your car is going around the racetrack. The racetrack ain't prepped for what you're going to race on. it'll get some water probably at the brake before the heat start.
Right.
So you're making sure your car goes around and nothing's acting up on it or falling off it. So a little respect at hot laps helps everybody out.
So guys, hey, we're going to sign off. Fellas, thank you for coming out over the weekend. I'm sorry we canceled. If I would have known, well, it didn't matter because everybody was gone on vacation.
Well, you've already canceled before, Jeff. So
right. So guys, I appreciate everybody coming out live from Outlaw Raceway Park. We're signing off.